Yo, what's going on, guys? It's A-Trav. How's life? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, today I wanted to make a more serious video. Um, as most of you probably know by now, bad history was made on Saturday. A would-be assassin, rather an assassin, attempted to take the life of Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, and now candidate Trump. In the process of trying to kill former President Donald Trump, this gunman, this assassin, took the life of an innocent man named Corey C. I'm not going to try to pronounce the last name as I don't want to butcher it and be disrespectful, as well as injuring two others. I want to start off by saying that no matter what side of the political spectrum you fall on, right, left, the middle, somewhere in between, somewhere far left or far right, this isn't acceptable at all. This kind of behavior is not American. This kind of behavior is not reflective of American values and American culture. I encourage everyone to step back and take a breath. I wish that I could say I was surprised that something like this happened, but as many of you out there I'm sure feel the exact same way as I do, this isn't surprising. It's not surprising that this happened. It was only a matter of time. This shooter has taken the life of an innocent man, a hero, and former fire chief, who threw his body over his daughter to protect her from gunfire. No one, when going to any political event, should have to worry about dodging bullets. Now, Donald Trump has since come out and said that he's perfectly fine. I believe at the time I'm making this video, he is at the RNC in Milwaukee, and he's getting ready to speak. I just want to say thank God that President Trump is alive and well and doing just fine. As a matter of fact, I heard and read that right after he was bandaged up, he went out golfing to try and relax and unwind at what just happened, doing his own way of taking a step back and taking a breath. I think we're going to see a different Donald Trump tonight. Back to the history that happened. Not since 1981 has there been an attempt on a presidential candidate or former president's life, or president, for that matter's life. It has been over 4 decades. Now, this shooter, this assassin, what he did was his own doing. And I'm not saying that it wasn't. And I'm not saying that both the right or the left or in the middle don't have their own rhetoric that is damaging. But from my experience and from what I've seen, this happening was no surprise. When you have one side of the aisle calling Donald Trump the next Hitler, saying that he's going to strip women away of their rights, saying that he is going to start World War III, saying that Donald Trump is the Antichrist. When you have rhetoric of former comedians holding up severed heads, fake severed heads, of what is supposed to be Donald Trump, going into music videos and pretending to shoot Donald Trump in the head, singers threatening and saying that they have thought about blowing up the White House because Donald Trump was president, all it takes is for one crazy person to hear that and listen and act accordingly. And thinking that they're being a hero by doing what they're doing. Now look, again, I know that neither side is innocent when it comes to damaging rhetoric. I know. And I'm not pretending that either side is innocent in that. But one side has been consistently giving end of the world scenarios, labeling and demeaning to the other. Consistently. It doesn't take a scientist to know which side that is. All it takes is somebody with open eyes and listening ears. Now, I believe that the family of Corey C. has a fundraiser going. I will be donating. I will leave a link in the description if any of you would also like to donate. Guys, I'm just a gamer, okay? I don't talk politics. I used to. I don't talk politics anymore. I don't really engage with that kind of stuff anymore. And I found myself much happier off for it. But we all need to take a step back and just breathe. All of this rhetoric, this name labeling, racist, moron, xenophobic, homophobic, all of this labeling needs to stop from both sides. All this hatred and vitriol needs to stop on both sides. Just because somebody disagrees with you politically does not mean that they are your enemy. As a matter of fact, if you got to know that person instead of their political leanings, you might find out that you have a lot in common. Next time you're in a political conversation or a debate or something along those lines, take a step back and breathe. Because this is the end result. Saturday is the end result of what happens when you have a tumultuous political divide in a nation, when you have labels being thrown, when you have rhetoric, violent rhetoric, oftentimes being thrown. What you saw on Saturday is the end result. I believe since a bunch of politicians, Democrats, Republicans, and leftists have come out and condemned this, which is great. Hats off to them. Good. But there are some on the left, from what I've seen, especially on TikTok, who are only upset that the shooter missed. When the shooter didn't miss. He killed somebody. And nearly killed 2 others. If you're one of those people, you are the problem. Period. You are the problem. I suggest that you reevaluate your values, your life. Perhaps seek therapy, if that's what you need. And with all due respect, stay the hell out of politics, because it isn't where you belong. As a matter of fact, you don't belong having any serious conversation with anyone. A lot of these politicians don't mean what they said, because these same politicians that are now condemning this assassination attempt of Donald Trump and the assassination of an innocent man were the same ones calling Donald Trump Hitler. Were the same ones saying that he is going to cause World War III. Were the same ones saying that he's going to strip women of their rights. The same ones that said that their supporters need to get up in the face of Donald Trump's supporters. Make no mistake, these politicians don't wish the best. They wish that that bullet would have been a few more millimeters in the opposite direction, and we'd be having a completely different conversation right now. I implore everyone again watching this video, whether you're on the right, whether you're on the left, take a step back, breathe. Don't live in an echo chamber. When you hear the words being thrown around, the typical labels, think critically. Don't take it immediately from someone else. Think for yourself. I encourage you to do that. Now, before I let you guys go, I'm going to throw up some pictures and videos of some of the rhetoric that has come out over the last decade, around the last decade, from the left towards Donald Trump. And I want you to really pay attention. Because this is the reality of what happens when you tell people that you have a man that is going to be president who is the next Hitler, who is going to do all these horrible things. All it takes is one crazy person to hear that, take it seriously, and again, act accordingly to what he thinks is right. Here are those clips and videos.
How do you miss that? One shot at greatness to be mentioned in the history books, and you missed the shot?
Who took it at Trump today? Why did you miss? Come on, now you gave him what he wanted more than anything in the world, attention. We're losing this election.
I just found out about this. It just happened. Somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew, and he missed! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed!
I just really hope that the shooter is white.
John Wilkes Booth, if you're listening, please.
Let me get this straight, dumbass!
We're not even sending our best to assassinate. Lee Harvey Oswald would never be.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
Also, the person that at Trump at his rally was exercising that right that all those Republicans were fighting for, so can you really blame him?
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
That's it right there, pull it up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
I'm, again, just a gamer. I don't do politics anymore. My political standing isn't set in stone. I'm always open-minded to things. But what this recent showing has done, this event has done, is solidified my vote for Donald Trump. And I think it's done that for quite a lot of people. Because throughout history, only the good presidents, with the exception of maybe one, have been assassinated or have been attempted to be assassinated. My vote will be for Donald Trump. And whoever you decide to vote for, that's your business. That's perfectly fine. I don't think of you as an enemy. I don't think of you as lesser than myself. I don't think of you as any sort of ist label. I don't think of you as a moron. I don't think of you as inferior. Think of you as a person who came to a different conclusion than I did. And that's fine. And I wish more people thought that way. Till next time, guys. It's been Atref. Later.